Akash Shinty, the real reflection of you. Walking back home right now. I took a little walk today because it's an absolutely marvelous day. Really nice temperature out today, and when you got days like that, that's what you do, you know? I think there's an importance in knowing what is the day that I'm in today. In other words, what's really going on? What is the world like? And to some degree, to go along with what the world presents. And then also, to another degree, to also make sure that regardless of what the world presents, I do what it is that is within me that would like to be expressed. You know, sometimes it's like, all right, it's a snowy day, complete blizzard, fuck it, I still want to go out for a little hike. Or sometimes it's like beautifully sunny day, I just want to, like, whatever, stay inside and watch a movie, you know. On the topic of movies, I was talking to my mom last night, and we were talking about movies, right? I think she just watched a movie with my dad, and I was like, oh, how's the movie, blah, 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 and she was telling me, she's like, one of the things I love about Indian movies specifically is that it gives you a taste of, like, the 7 different emotions, right? She's like, American movies a little bit different, right? You watch a comedy, you'll laugh, you know, that's pretty much what you'll mostly do and most entirely do, you know? I mean, yeah, there are some dramedies, there are some whatever, right, like rom-coms, etc. Like, there's different types of movies that do blend these things together, but what she said about Indian cinema specifically is that each of those, like, every movie has a blend of it all, you know? You'll get a little bit of aspect of romance, you'll get a little aspect of action, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of everything, you know? And she personally, I mean, I can't say personally, she likes that, you know? She enjoys that sense of being able to experience all the emotions or all the different types of whatever. You know, in her words, movies are a way to, like, reflect on the self. In other words, you see a movie, and as you're watching it, it brings something within you, and as you see the characters and what they do and how they respond to the situations and what emotions they're going through and whatever it is that's going on in the movie itself, it gives the audience member a moment, either within the moment that they're in the movie itself or afterwards, to think about, how would I act in that situation? What would I do? How does this relate to me, right? I think that's the big question at the end of the day is with any piece of art. When one views art, when one sees a piece of art, and art is, I mean, to me, I really define art super, super broadly, you know? I think it's anything that has the capacity to cause an emotion in an individual, whether that be a beautiful sunny day on the beach, or whether that be a piece of cinema, a photograph, a rock in nature. Any of these things, you know, to me, they're all considered art, a person. And so, to me, it's like, what does art really have to do with anything? Well, it's like, well, how does this relate to me? What does it bring up within me? Now, sometimes one person can see one thing and another person can see the exact same thing but interpret it differently, and that's the beauty of it all. It is because with art, we all put it in the context of our own lives. I see something on social media, even a YouTube video, whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, it makes me think of this, or it makes me think of that, or whatever, right? There's some type of self-expression that arises out of it. Or maybe not. Even silence in and of itself is a self-expression. But the point being that there is something that comes about from the engagement with the piece of art, piece of cinema, whatever. And I found that the art pieces that are most impactful on the world, or impactful on larger audiences of individuals or greater numbers of people, are the ones that really make us wonder, make us think. They almost stop us in our tracks. And they have the capacity to incite a change. And that in and of itself is of incredible value. You know, we're dynamic beings. We're not really stationary. Even those of you or those of us or whomever that mostly spend their time sitting around or whatever, not moving too much, it's still dynamic because we're all breathing. There's so many things going on inside of us that are moving even when we're stationary. That's remarkable. So, I say all of this as a little time capsule to myself on what is art really? What is cinema? What is all of these things? These are just a few of the thoughts that I have on the topic or on that area in this moment today. I'm grateful for it. Because I am. Keep up, thrive, stay sexy.